I had my own apartment and I got popped for drugs. And when I got out of jail for getting popped with weed in 2013, bro, I started doing stand-up. And the first time I did stand-up, I talked about being the only Asian guy in jail, and I crushed.
Wait, in jail you crushed or the stand-up crushed?
The stand-up,
okay,
yeah.
I thought you were like, I fucked so many dudes in jail. It was crazy.
I fucked so many black guys in jail. So it was so wacky because you think they'd be fucking me. Nah.
Yeah, nah. When you posted that photo with Getter on your story, I was like, what? And then like, oh, dude, we grew up together. I'm like, wait, what? Because he's so Bay Area coded to me.
We grew up together?
Yeah, because he's so Bay Area coded.
Me and Getter?
Yeah.
No.
Because you're from Virginia. I'm like, what the fuck?
We didn't grow up together.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
I thought you said you went to high school together or some shit.
It's a bit. That was a bit.
Oh, because I was like, dude, this like Getter's so Bay Area coded.
Yeah,
like,
that's so funny.
Okay, so you didn't go to high school.
No, we didn't go to high school together, but when we hung out for the first time, it felt like we knew each other forever.
Okay.
We were just very similar bros.
How'd you guys become boys?
He found my podcast clips and then followed me, and then I DM'd him immediately and was like, I sent him a link emoji. I was like, bro, we're friends now.
Hell yeah.
I'm coming to Austin. Let's hang out. And
so that was like the first time you guys hung out?
Yeah.
Okay. I fully believed you that you guys went to high school together.
The first time me and Getter hung out, I was doing a Juggalo comedy showcase where everyone had to be in Juggalo makeup. And he texted me, he's like outside of Velveeta room. He's like, dude, I'm here. Can you help me get in? And then I poked my head through the front door of Velveeta in full Juggalo makeup. First time meeting each other in pub. I was like, I leaned in and I go, yeah, they're with me. And it's just I'm in like full Juggalo makeup, dude. That shit was bad funny.
There's a meeting of the gathering here?
They were doing like a Juggalo, what is it called? Fucking beauty pageant. So you like you did some stand up and then you got interviewed and you did a talent. Yeah.
What was your talent?
I could not remember. I couldn't tell you, dude. Everything
it was convincing people that you went to high school with Getter.
Yeah. I remember what my talent was. Oh, my talent was whistling because I can whistle any song, and I whistled HH by Kanye.
Hell yeah, dude. I just had to call it JJ yesterday and apologize because I saw all of the like douchey bros going off on over the weekend. Did you see like the club stuff with like Clavicle and Nick Fuentes and the Tate
Clavicular?
Bros?
Clavicular.
Yeah. All of them were in a club like listening to that song, and then they got massively, in their mind, like pumped up, but they got kicked out of like every restaurant group in America.
Oof. Every restaurant group?
Yeah. They all got together like, you're not allowed anywhere now. You can't eat.
So none of those guys can eat the fine products of Cisco?
No, exactly.
Those guys are banned from Cisco mozzarella sticks?
Dude, it fucking is crazy that every single food place just uses Cisco.
Yeah, Cisco. Or
like
fucking,
all of our food comes from one place.
Aramark for prisons and schools, and then Cisco for like Chili's. And like,
dude, I think all the way into like restaurants, like local ones in Austin, like obviously like Dai Due has something different, but
yeah, if you're not making shit in house, you probably are getting it from Cisco. Yeah, but I think Austin has some of the. I mean, it's literally like where I'm from in Virginia. It's people who suck at heating up Cisco. Like it's gross, or they're going to Sam's Club and they're selling you Sam's Club Tyson chicken tenders that they bought wholesale. So it's like to actually go to from that, like shitty chain restaurants. And if it's a mom and pop, you're just eating reheated Sam's Club food to, actually Michelin star restaurant. I'm never eaten at a Michelin star restaurant until I moved here.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, the food's all right. I fuck with it. I definitely notice how spoiled I am when I leave Austin. I go somewhere else and I'm like, this is all you guys have? Holy fuck, this sucks.
Yeah.
Like these people eat fucking goy slop. This is fucking... This is bad.
All the fucking tribe members are making fun of me.
What?
Just for being a goy, saying all my shit's goy slop, or that I love goy nip. Do you know goy nip?
What's goy nip?
Marijuana. It's
goy nip. Yeah.
But for goy,
it is goy nip. Yeah, this will keep them distracted while we create generational wealth. It's like fuck it.
Generational wealth, genocide,
sterilization of the West. I think what you have is very rare. You have to be a business owner, a loving wife, a healthy child. That's a good mix of your genetics. There's nothing wrong with her.
Knock on all the wood.
Like, bro, you're dude, you're killing it.
Thanks, dude. No, life is pretty fucking dope.
I love you.
Thank
I
you.
do. Dude, cheers for real. And your family has helped out my family, and you guys have been nothing but kind to me. Caroline gave me a Civic. I always talk about it on my podcast. I refer to it as the shit Vic or the free Civic. Dude, free Civic all day. If you ever run into anyone in your life who's like, I got this Civic I need to throw away, take it. I drove it here.
Yeah.
I wanted to show you the I wanted to show you the progress.
Oh, dude, we should have checked it out.
Yeah, I'll show you after. I ripped the headliner out.
Hell yeah.
the headliner was sagging.
Yeah, it was sagging. Yeah,
and I bought some 3M like headliner re-adhesive spray, dude. I got it all over my hands. I got it all over the interior. The fucking glue and the felt from the headliner is like rubbing all over the seats. It looks like somebody took their shitty ass and rubbed it all over the headrest.
I hope you didn't beat off while it was still on your hands. That could be tough.
Oh god.
I guess you made it here. So
yeah, I'm good. But like that was like, and then I was like, you know what? I'll just pull the whole headliner and do this outside of the car. I'll buy some fabric on eBay and reupholster the whole headliner, make it nice, put it back in. Dude, I go to pull it out. You have to drop the rear seats and open the trunk and snap all the stuff off. The oh shit handles, the lights, all of it needs to come out. And I start peeling it off with a little plastic pry tool. And then I get it down. I start pulling it out of the trunk and I'm like folding it, trying to get it through that little luggage port. Dude, it snaps in half. The whole thing breaks. And then I just angrily rip it the fuck out and ball it up. Like it was just a giant headliner, like balled up like this big. Yeah, but other than that, dude, the car is good.
Hell yeah.
Other than that, it's got speakers, it's got new headlights in it. It definitely
doesn't have AC though, unless you fix that.
I went to go get the AC charged. I went to a fucking crackhead AC place up north, and the guy charged me $180 to put Freon in it. And yeah, the system is charged, but it is in the summer, it's useless.
Yeah.
It's cold now, but when it gets hot, it's not going to blow as cold. There's something wrong with it. But it's also free Civic. I can't put too much into it.
For sure. Yeah. When we first moved to Austin, that was the only car we had. I just had to walk to work every day.
Oof.
And then I did that for a whole summer. And then it got to the end of the summer and I was making like $13 an hour. And I was like, fuck this, dude. I walked over to CarMax and then I got my Nissan Altima. I was like, let's go. Yeah. The summers will do it to you here, bro.
Yeah.
Was it bad in Virginia too? I imagine it was way more humid.
Yes, it's like ball sticking humid out there. Like the moment you walk outside, you're wet. You step outside, it's hot and the air is wet, so it all sticks to you, and it just doesn't help. Because I was always a sweaty dude, but I finally fucking shaved my head, dude. So I was like, I'm fucking
free Michael.
Straight up, I get cold now.
Yeah,
I get shivers like a woman. I walk into a building and I go, I've never been cold in once in my life. I've always been, yo, it's 68. Why are you sweating? I'm like, my bad. My bad. I just sweat. It sucks.
Dude, I run hot as well. And I always my pickup line in high school was, it's because I'm a werewolf like Taylor Lautner.
Oh, yeah.
Because he ran hot, you know?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Never worked.
Jake.
Never worked, but
it's Team Jake, right? Jake and Edward?
Jake and Edward,
yeah. God, that movie sucks.
Yeah. Soundtrack low-key fire, though.
The house was cool.
Yeah, the house is sick. It
Yeah,
had like
Volvo.
Ben Gibbard on it, which was tight. Like, that was awesome. It was a weird era. Could you imagine something like that, like blowing up today in that way?
No, because there's like no original ideas anymore. Like it's hard for them to promote a movie. Like if it has a book, that helps. If it already has like a tried and true fan base that will see the movie adaptation, probably, yeah. If you've never heard of it before, it probably has a book. But everything now is like kind of a remake. Like I was thinking, like looking at your studio and shit, like we would never get another Fifth Element.
Yeah.
Like Chris Tucker with a fucking golden Japanese pompadour haircut. Like we'd never get like movies like that, dude. We're lucky. Dude, there'd be no Titanic. There's no How High. None of that shit.
No. I mean, The Matrix. Not gonna happen. I don't know. It's so crazy too because there was this era of like 2010 onwards where we all just started watching the dumbest fucking sitcoms collectively. And then in Korea, they're making like absolute art. And it took a while for it to like bridge over.
Yeah, that's kind of like the thing was like if it's a Korean movie or it's a Japanese movie, it has to be co-opted by a white director. Like everyone loves Inception.
Mm-hmm.
Inception is Paprika by Satoshi Kon. It's actually an anime. And the guy who made Inception was like, yeah, I'm fully inspired by this anime and I just wanted to make a live action version of this guy's anime. Yeah. And I'm a huge fan of him. Satoshi Kon's fucking genius. it's hard to fucking find like those geniuses nowadays. It's like these guys have to, I don't know. I have no idea how movies are made, but I'd assume there's a guy writing and there's a brilliant movie written somewhere that just will not get picked up because they can't afford for shit to fail. Because the turn and burn of entertainment, people don't savor and hold on to things. They're always like, we've misconstrued like new with good.
Mm-hmm. The novel versus like quality.
Yes. Like, it's like, dude, it's old stuff there's a lot of good old stuff out there. Just because something's old doesn't mean that it doesn't have any value.
I wonder if we're going to get into a new era of film. This could be one of maybe the positives of some of the AI stuff going on, because like video games right now, like some of the most like highest grossing video games are independent video games versus like the huge studios who don't seem to be able to produce anything. And I wonder if like we'll have that era with film coming up soon. Like
indie movies, yeah,
coming back hard.
They're gonna, yeah. Well, that was like a thing that like a lot of indie movies like blew up on. They'd blow up at film festivals, and then to get a few screenings, and then you know sometimes it'd go on TV. Like there's this one movie, I can't remember. It's about like this 13-year-old kid. His mom goes to on vacation, or she's on like a thing. It was an indie film about a 13-year-old kid and his girlfriend robbing a bank. I can't remember the name of that fucking movie. But I just watched it because I remember seeing it as a kid and watching it as a kid. And I was like 8 and the kids are 13. So when you're 8 and you see a 13-year-old, they're like, oh, dude, these fucking teenagers are robbing them. No, now I'm 32 watching it and I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah. Who paid
like,
for this?
Nobody would approve this.
Yeah.
Pups. Thank you. It was Pups. It was an indie film and it went crazy on fucking, you know, film festivals. And then it got a few screenings in a few theaters. And then somehow it came across television, and I remember watching that on TV and thinking like, yo, like the kids are like a boyfriend and girlfriend, and they're doing like a Bonnie and Clyde. They have 2 revolvers and they're holding up, they shoot the security guard at the bank. The cops are out there. Burt Reynolds is like the FBI agent that's doing the fucking negotiation. Yeah. Like he's like, we want pizza. Yeah, pepperoni. Like it's like a kid with a gun. It's so funny, dude. Like the concept of a kid being like, yeah, we need a helicopter and 6 pepperoni pizzas. You guys want something to eat? He's like asking the hostages. He's putting guns in their face and shit. It's like, yeah, this rules.
That's kind of like the Anora, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
what's Anora?
Anora won Best Picture last year.
What is that?
Basically, this like Russian CEO's son is just a degenerate fuckboy, and he like convinces a stripper to marry him, and there's like a ton of boobies in it.
Hella boobs.
Hella boobs.
Dude, movie boobs. Come on.
They're great, dude.
What happened to the movie boobs, bruh?
This is one of my biggest plights with like when it goes from season 1 on HBO to season 2, season 3, season 4.
Yeah.
Because season 1,
there's boobs.
Boobs. They suck you in. And then it just over time disappears.
The boobs do dissipate.
It's tragic.
It needs to be studied.
I think I know exactly what happens.
Yo, the titties per season are fucking...
It just goes down. I think what happens is the women, they literally hire porn stars, like in Game of Thrones example. And then they go, wait, hey, I don't need to show my fucking tits anymore. Pay me.
That's funny as hell. Yeah, man. I don't know. Seeing them titties in a movie were special, bro. Like I remember
Knocked Up.
41-year-old virgin.
Yeah.
When they're
40-year-old virgin.
Yeah, 40-year-old virgin.
I don't know about the sequel.
I don't know. Yeah, I think I just made a sequel.
Yeah.
I'm hungover.
Starring Michael Scott, aka Michael Ridley.
Yeah.
The 41-year-old virgin.
Yeah. Dude, that titty in 40-year-old virgin though is goated. You know which one I'm talking about, JJ? The speed dating titty.
Oh yeah.
She's like a really bubbly, nice lady, and she's hot, and that fucking a giant double D titty just pokes out of her blouse mid conversation, and he's just like maintaining eye contact the whole time. But there is a full blown big natural right on the silver screen, bro.
Yeah.
We gotta bring the jugs back.
Nora did a good job at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand why it won Best Picture necessarily.
It's a movie. Yeah, it's a movie.
But it just is sad because I feel like so much of like what the culture picks up on today is like super nihilistic. Like nobody seems to have hope for the future anymore.
It's gay.
Yeah. Do you think that's gay?
Yeah, because I'm like that, but I'm also like, hey, you can be aware of what's happening, but also you can choose to be free in your mind. Because it, like, bro, if you black pill, you're blackpilling, bro, you're kind of already like throwing in the towel. Like it is the best and the worst it's ever been simultaneously. I feel like there are certain things about life that there are certain expectations that I held as a young millennial child, seeing people being able to. I've lived in a single income household and saw the possibilities of what somebody who made. My dad was making like $45K a year when we were kids in like the early 2000s, and we always had everything we needed, and it was always like chill, and my mom didn't have to work. Dude, that
And you have
doesn't.
siblings too.
Yeah, I had siblings. Yeah, I had two other siblings. That doesn't exist.
No.
The basic luxury of the American dream of being a father or mother, having a job, a fulfilling job, and a safe, clean place to live. It's like a luxury. When that was a promise, or that was a promise. Now it's base human existence. The nuclear family is being dangled on a stick like a hot dog, on a stick situation. It's like you're dangling it, and some people just give up on it. And then they get in like polycules and they live in Seattle with like everyone in their polycule, and their house is covered in cat shit. And it's just like, what the? And they all work at various like Tim Hortons or like fucking, they work at all various like low income jobs, and they all pool their money to buy drugs just to numb their existence a little bit. And then they have nasty, fat, stinky polycule sex. Like, what the fuck? Like, if you showed the picture of the modern American family to somebody in the 50s, their head would explode.
Yeah.
Like, they'd be like, wait,
the Nazis might have had a point.
hey, why are they meeting up with that black dude in the parking lot and exchanging children via the cars? Like, wait, what? Like, we're not supposed to do like drug handoffs with your kids. Like, that's not how you're supposed to. Like, getting divorced and being like, all right, I'll see you at the Chili's parking lot on Friday. You better not be fucking late. I have shit I have to do. Like, what? Like, that's a real conversation. Brother, the normalization of dysfunction, I've noticed, is like, it really like pisses me off, because it's like, you could tell America's not using all of their brain anymore. We're not using 100% of our brains. We're fucking just like, we're doing whatever is easy, and we're running away from problems. And it's like, dude, you're gonna have to fucking buckle the fuck down and make shit work. Like, if you're gonna get married, yeah, you're gonna get married, you gotta make the marriage work. If you're married and you have a kid, you gotta make that work, because the consequences and the cost of like what's going to happen to the country, to your kid and the country as a whole, is like, people don't see it that way. They're not looking at it. I think it's, I don't know, bro. I think it's just retarded to be, like hopeless. Like, it's so easy to get rich, while also money seems so seemingly difficult to make.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, as easy as it is to make money, it's also just as difficult. Like, if you're not using all of your brain, if you're not picking up on patterns, using the connections of the people you meet along the way, like, bro, like, that's kind of like what life is how you interpret the signals and the whispers of this cosmic spiritual guidance.
What do you think is like depleting our, like, the average person's capacity to see those signals?
I have a word. I'm sorry. I'm hungover. I'm trying to think. It's I think we're too spiritually bankrupt. I think people aren't like, there's like a thing in your chest that talks to your head. It's like your heart and your mind are talking, and they're telling you like what you should be doing. But you have like your own desires, and you're chasing your own desires, as opposed to doing what the universe is kind of slightly suggesting that you should be doing. Like, there's a lot of like they're hints, like life will drop hints. And I've seen people who ignore the hints. Like my dad got multiple like, hey, you should probably do this. Hey, you should probably do that. And then it took, like, my dad wasn't really in my younger brother's life, and my mom was taking care of him. My younger brother is mentally disabled. He's like a low functioning autism. Like, he can't really hold a job. He can't read. He reads at like a 6th or 7th grade level. He's 30. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And what sucks about that is that, like, when they found out that he was disabled, my dad kind of checked out and put all that on. Oh, I'll just let the lady who can barely speak English talk to these psychiatric people and pediatricians and shit like that. It's like, dude, nah, man, you kind of had to like use all your brain and go, all right, how do we fix this? How do I set this kid up so that he can have a good life? You know, and then my mom passed away in 2009, and then my dad had to live with my brother for the first time. So it kind of like life forced him, you know what I mean? And then they separated again. My dad moved to the Philippines. My brother lived with me for a little bit. Fast forward now, my brother was homeless like the last 3 or 4 years. But recently, my dad needs a caretaker. So now my brother's taking care of my dad. It's like, it's always been, yo, you need to be with your younger son. That's the whole theme, the way from my perspective, they always put a lot of their chips in me. I'm fine. You know, we needed to give energy to him. And it was kind of getting to the point where my dad would expect me to do it. And it was like, no, motherfucker, it's your kid. Take care of your retarded son. Like calling your dad and being like, hey, you know, you have like a homeless retarded son.
Yeah.
I'm like, no. You actually have a homeless retarded son that I cannot afford to take care of. It's going to put strain on my marriage.
Mhm.
Like having to have that, like, and I'm over here like trying to be a sweetheart thinking that's like the universe telling me that I need to take care of my brother. No, that's the universe telling me to like, hey, shake your dad's shoulders a little bit. And now, you know, they live together. My dad and my brother live together. And they're doing good from what I hear.
That is a crazy fucking irony though, that your dad wasn't there to take care of your brother and now your brother has to
take care of him. And that's like that's God's humor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Humans plan, God laughs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It is crazy how you see exactly what I was saying. It's like, dude, it's like now you have this very autistic man taking care of a elderly autistic man. I think that's what now I'm looking at. My dad is like undiagnosed autistic. And I think when they had my brother, it was like the bad ending of Forrest Gump. Is he like me? Yes, he is. And we need you to help out. And my dad just started running. And he always ran. He always ran from his stuff. My dad, I love my dad, but he always ran from stuff. And I kind of took that as like, well, don't run away from what you're supposed to do, because look what can happen to you. It just gets more, the difficulty of ignoring the problem. The problem extrapolates when you ignore it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like taking care of my health now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like trying to I'm like 203 pounds.
Let's go.
Yeah, I was like 230. My heaviest, I was like 235, 240.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm fucking going to jujitsu and shit. And
let's go. Where are you going?
10th Planet.
Nice.
They've been nothing. Their family, they've been nothing but family to me. They're good people. I never had that kind of stuff. I never played sports or anything. It was hard for me to fit in with people. Yeah. That shit I was like literally always picked last. I was like the only Asian kid on the fucking on the pickup basketball court. Like, all right, it kind of boiled down to, who's getting the Asian guy who sucks at basketball? I was like, I never had that shit. I never had like sports or none of that shit. I was always just a fucking bad kid that wanted attention. So comedy works out pretty good for me.
Yeah.
I was already devoid of attention. But that was kind of like what I did though. Like when I started doing stand-up, Skylar, I fucking ignored comedy. Like people were coming to me and saying, you should go down to the comedy club. We have a comedy club. You're really funny. You should go try it out. For 3 years before I started doing stand-up, people told me that.
You were ignoring the whisper too.
Yeah, I was ignoring the whispers. I was 17 years old when somebody first told me to do, because I had my own apartment at 17, and my neighbors were like, you're fucking hilarious. You make everyone in the building laugh. Because I go to their houses, I drink underage drink with them. I had like military guys that I would go up there. Then I had like these 2 servers from Cracker Barrel across the hall, these 2 chicks. They would get me drunk, and I just make them laugh their asses off. And the Cracker Barrel girls were like, yo, you should go check out the comedy club downtown. And then I ignored that for 3 years. And then I had my own apartment, and I got popped for drugs. And when I got out of jail for getting popped with weed in 2013, bro, I started doing stand-up. And the first time I did stand-up, I talked about being the only Asian guy in jail, and I crushed.
Wait, in jail you crushed, or the stand-up crushed?
The stand-up,
okay,
yeah.
I thought you were like, I fucked so many dudes in jail. It was crazy.
I fucked so many black guys in jail. So it was so wacky, because you think they'd be fucking me. Nah,
yeah,
no, I talked about being the only Asian guy in jail, and that shit fucking, dude, it also helps that the jail is like a few blocks away from the comedy club. It was in the downtown area. So it was like very funny.
Is it Virginia Beach or where?
This was Newport News. I was in Newport News City Jail 2013. I beat a felony with a public defender.
Damn. How much weed did you have?
17 grams. And that was
a felony?
At the time, yes.
Dude, yeah, some of the weed laws were so crazy.
It was a Wild West, dude. It was it was like execution almost. Like,
Yeah,
what the
yeah.
fuck, dude? Yeah, 2013, 14 grams and up. So if you had more than a half, and if you have multiple bags, and it was all my roommates' weed,
Yeah.
and everyone in my house bought weed, so everyone in my house had a scale. So it just looks like I have multiple bags of weed, multiple scales. Look like a drug dealer.
Yeah.
The evidence, this looks like a distribution charge.
Mhm.
And then the lady was like, it looks like he has possession and he had the intent to distribute. So a distribution charge would have been, I'm selling drugs and I get arrested with the amount that constitutes that felony, more than 14 grams. That's like if I was selling 14 and up to someone at one time, that would be it.
Yeah.
But I just had it, and you didn't catch me while I was doing it. So that's what I just got charged with, the intent. I was thinking about selling weed.
Yeah.
I had all the stuff and I was thinking about it. It's a crazy fucking charge to get. Don't even think about selling
Crime,
weed,
please,
Buster.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like in my mind.
Yeah.
You know, I'm breaking the law.
Shit, I'm thinking about it right now.
Oh, yeah, I'm breaking the law in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never looked at it that way, bro.
That's like Galactica, right? That was the Galaga,
Galaga.
the sci-fi film
Yeah.
with Crime Thought.
Prime thought.
Pre-crime. 1984 as well. Yeah. Thought crime.
Thought crime. Well, they're doing that now with social media.
Mm-hmm.
They see they can see your manifesto on your threads. That's where you find a manifesto, threads.
Yeah.
Fucking Temu Twitter.
That's what you call it.
It's Temu Twitter. Yeah. It's fucking, you go over there, it's just like chicks twerking and then people saying it vehemently racist shit. Pretty cool.
I've never gone to Threads.
Yeah, there's some memes on there. I'll see a meme on Instagram and it's like, oh, you got to open threads. I'm like,
It's so
God
annoying
damn it.
because I'm like kind of sucked into it. I'm like, oh shit, what did they say? It's like ... and then
You
I
can
can't
see it.
go.
Yeah, you see the status. You want
Yeah.
to read it? And I'm like,
Yeah.
nah, dude, I'm
I don't
good.
want to download another fucking app, Meta.
Yeah, the Meta is trying to do like a Google Gmail of all the apps.
Mm-hmm.
They got their own version of Twitter. They got their own version of TikTok.
WeChat.
Yeah, they got fucking Facebook. Facebook. You make some money on Facebook now. They're paying you to use Facebook.
Oh, really?
I get paid to use Facebook.
Hell yeah.
Like I post a status, I'll make like 30 cents.
Let's go.
I can look at I can itemize all of it. I'm like, oh, cool. Here's a video of me doing like Optimus Prime, Jewish Optimus Prime. Oh, that made like $200.
When did you start doing like voices? That's one of the things that I think sticks out the most whenever I'm like drinking or hanging out with you. It's like you just start busting out like Bugs Bunny and shit. And I'm like, oh, this is fun as fuck.
I was raised by television.
Ah,
The absence of my parents. Yeah, dude, not having like parents that paid attention. You get raised by Hot Pockets and fucking Cartoon Network, and I had my three. Oh, dude, I would cycle through. I'd do Cartoon Network. Oh, I hate this show. Hop over to the fucking Nickelodeon. I'm like, oh my god, it's a fucking live action Nickelodeon show. Shoot me in the head. And then I would change over. I would never watch Disney. Everybody watched Disney Channel as a kid. I never fucking watched that shit. I thought Disney Channel was corny as fuck. I would go to Comedy Central though. Comedy Central was channel 32 and Disney was channel 38 where I'm from. So I'd go 17, 24, 32, 17, 24, 32 over and over and over again. And then I grew up watching fucking shorties watching shorties. And I'd watch, I remember watching Dane Cook's 30-minute Comedy Central Presents and watching Killing Them Softly and all of Dave Chappelle's early specials. And I watched all like the George Lopez specials. I was like raised by the humor. I sought it out. And then I would run bits at school and get in trouble. I was always doing bits and getting in trouble and bullying people. And I used to fucking do like the food bit. You buy like $30 worth of fucking
Taco Bell.
No, you get like $30 worth of cafeteria food.
Okay.
And I have it all on the tray and then fake trip and just throw it in the ceiling as hard as I could. Like milk dripping from the ceiling down. And I'm covered in food and I'm just like,
I tripped.
oh my God.
Yeah.
There were no cameras back then, so I would just fucking yeet. Just, dude, pencils in the ceiling. Remember chucking pencils in the ceiling?
I remember that in theory. I don't think I ever saw it happen.
I had a fucking, dude, my homie John sat behind me in algebra and he would just go, technique! And he'd shove a fucking pencil into the ceiling, dude. He had like 19 pencils. Just 19 Ticonderogas up there. Dude, I miss that shit. I miss being a little fucker, dude.
You bullied people? You don't seem like a bully to me.
I did. I bullied. It was a transit of bullying. Like I was getting bullied. So I was like, oh, so you have to bully other people. It's like a food chain of bullying. Tell you that Asian kids are at the bottom of the food chain, man. You know? I'm picking on retards. I'm picking on the Down syndrome kids. I'm on the same bus as them. Bro, I remember they put my brother, they put my brother on the fucking short bus for like 2 weeks one time, and we fucking clowned his ass so hard. Cause he's like not retarded enough to get disability money, but he's also like too retarded to work a job. So he's on like this fucking, he's in this like demilitarized zone. Of
This
fucking,
island.
Yeah. He's in the DMZ of like mental disability. It sucks. Cause sometimes you talk to him about certain shit and then you're like, oh yeah, he talks long enough, and you're like, yeah, there's some shit. Oh no, I got to reach out to him.
Yeah, dude, that shit's important, you know? And again, it's good that he's more stabilized with your dad.
Thank God, dude, because I was stressing, bro. But I also don't have that much power. I don't have that much money. I can't do that shit. I'm trying to build something.
Yeah.
I'm building something right now, and I'll get you later. And I told him that.
Yeah. And you're not alone, too. Like, you have to think about your wife as well. Like, that's a lot on her, even if she wants to be the most supportive person possible.
Right. You kind of have to. There is something powerful about knowing boundaries and setting boundaries. You have to set boundaries even within your family. Some people who don't have that will shame people like me for setting boundaries with their family. It's like, you guys are all adults, so I can only help so much.
Yeah.
Also, I've spent most of my mid-20s consulting, giving him advice, what he should do. Always been available. But he's also the kind of dude who like DM me at 4 a.m. and be like, yo, can you like Venmo me $20? Like, what the fuck are
this is doing? For porn or weed. I don't know which one.
Exactly. My friend said to ask you if you could give us some money. I was like, who is your friend? Who is this guy? And I put him on speaker and he's like, hey bro, he said he won't give us the money. He's like, man, fuck that motherfucker. Hang up. I'm like, you just with a random black dude? Just him and a random black dude are looking for weed. He always had like a random black dude friend that they would just take advantage of him or whatever, like fucking get him to buy weed or some shit. I don't know.
Are both your parents Filipino?
My mom was Filipino. My dad's white, so we're Wasians.
You're Asian. So he just moved to the Philippines after she died just to go.
Yeah. They moved him to the Philippines to go live with our family overseas for a little bit after she died. And then my dad was over there with him for a little bit. And then they fucking, I was just 17 with my own place and a bunch of like disability benefits. Well, not disability, social security survivor benefits. Because like when you have a parent die and you're underage, you get money from the government. I was getting like $900 a month and I inherited like 25 grand and I spent it all in like 3 years on drugs and alcohol. And then I ended up in jail and rock bottom. And then I slowly, over the last 13 years, crawling out of where I am today.
What was it like in jail? Like, did you have to rely on comedy then? Like on humor then?
No, I relied on my ability to read and write. Higher intelligence than the average people in there. Yeah. So they depended on me for certain things. Like they'd give me drafts of letters to like trying to get appeals in court or pleading to the judge via letter. That's like something you can do. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, I know, dear honorable so-and-so, I have this, and this, and my court date is on this day. I'm asking for, you know what I mean? Just basically, please, my lord, please. Yeah. Please, my lord, release me. I have kin and children. So I'd do that. And then.
So the Asian skills came in there. Then.
Yeah. Just having like general intelligence, like baseline fucking high school education and helping these fucking drug addict retards that got locked up. And they would trade me food and shit like that. Because nobody would fucking, dude, you know what sucks is these motherfuckers that weren't shit, bro. My bail was only $250, bro. I'm sitting in there for 24 days straight.
Fuck.
For over $250. And they had the money, just wouldn't let me out. So then now I understand. It's like, oh yeah, this is perfect. Everything's perfect. Mm-hmm. Everything that's happened is perfection. Once I realized like, hey, this might be like an unfortunate, horrible thing, but it is probably necessary to the bigger picture. You may not understand it right now, but then, dude, I do fucking comedy full time. I make money being myself. When I spent most of my adult life having to be, I work at Boost Mobile, or I work at a body shop, or I work as a mechanic. I have to be that. I have to play that game for a little bit. Sometimes you have to play those games, right? You have to have those little side jobs and those day jobs. You got to have a day job. But I spent the last 10 years basically preparing for the last 3.
Yeah.
My last 3 years, it took 10 years to prepare. The 13 total.
Dude, and I will say, so I was at lunch with Jake from Joke World yesterday, and he brought you up, and he was basically like, I just have to get like the stuff in now because like it feels inevitable that like they're gonna fucking blow up.
Oh.
And that like, so I have to like, you know, be there in the early days or the mid days, be able to like be able to get interviews with you later, basically. I was like, that's fucking tight, dude.
It is.
He watches a lot of comedy, so I trust his thoughts on people who are good.
I was very honored because I know those guys are like super big and like they watch everything.
Yep.
So I try to be like self-aware, man. I'm trying to be self-aware, trying to be patient. Don't be a douche. Stay patient. Stay the course. Do what I do every fucking week. I record podcasts every week, and then I do as many shows as I can. Starting of the year I was kind of worried, bro. I didn't have shit. Like the first 2 weeks of 2026, I didn't get up once except for hosting Roast Battle. I host Roast Battle now.
Fuck yeah.
I got all these like little accolades. I got all these little things that I can work. I have jobs. Mm-hmm. I'm the host of Roast Battle. I'm the host of my podcast. I do Banana Phone with my friends. And then I can do and then my solo projects are my spots around town. Mm-hmm. But a lot of my stuff is a collaborative effort. And a lot of my stuff is Austin comedy community based. A lot of it is based in community. The only time that I'm by myself is when I'm doing stand-up. So it's like, okay, that's really taxing. You're doing spots all over town all the time. You kind of have to find the play. I'm like big on Rick Rubin's book, The Creative Act, and I listen to it on audiobook over and over and over again every night before I go to bed. It's like an omelette du fromage, Dexter's Lab situation where I put in this like book on how to be creative and then I fall asleep and then I wake up and I feel good.
Yeah.
Because maybe I subconsciously just absorbed. And I've also listened to it. I listened to it to fall asleep. But I just want to stay patient and just keep doing, just rinsing and repeating and getting a little bit better each time.
I feel like on YouTube specifically, there's like this purgatory. It's like the 0 to 10K purgatory and then getting out of 10K. And now you're getting into like the 20K. So it does feel like stuff just starts to compound once you get to that level.
Stuff is starting to compound because we're at 5.4 subscribers on our YouTube channel right now. And I've never built a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I had one when I was a kid, but I got it was crazy. I had a YouTube channel when I was 13 years old. I used to set myself on fire with Axe body spray.
Oh, I remember that was a phase, bro.
Remember that?
Remember
when everyone was double pitched and chesty and then like a Bic lighter with no safety on it? And
it was the vibe, dude.
A Logitech fucking webcam with its 320p and you're just on fire. And I was making like stop motion Lego movies.
Yeah.
I was making like helicopters fly away.
Yeah.
Taking 400
I don't think
pictures.
You escaped with zero of the tism, bro.
I know. I just learned how to monetize it.
Yeah.
Like you got to learn how to like, if that's why I'm like autism, all that shit, whatever, dude. Fuck the bullshit. Learn how to use your tools. My autism, I got a little bit of it for sure. My wife as well. Me and my wife are the same. We're the eldest sibling, but then our eldest youngest sibling has severe autism. And like her brother's a little bit younger than mine. And you can see the difference in an early 90s kid and a late 90s kid as far as them getting the attention that they need to be successful in life later. Like her brother's a plumber and makes like 6 figures.
Yeah.
He's doing great. You know what I mean? My brother cannot, you know what I mean? It really depends on like the resources that they had because they had No Child Left Behind. And that was basically like, they're leaving you behind.
Yeah.
They're bubbling in the answers for you so that you pass, so that your school gets the funding from the government.
Yeah.
That's what No Child Left Behind was.
Yeah.
And I watched my brother basically get catered and everything. All his answers were blotted in for him and his Scantrons were all 100s because the city needs like, it's a certain metric. They're like, yeah, I mean, I see they got good grades, but how are your retards doing? So they're like cooking the books on they're cooking the retard books so they can get more money from the state or whatever.
Yeah.
Wait, what were we talking about before that? Trying to remember. I have the tism.
You have the tism. Before that, it was basically your growth. You're starting to actually hit like compounding interest. Like, you know, you've been putting in the 13 years of work and it's starting, you know, you have
there was a long time of just like when we first started the pod, dude, we had It's a 14-year-old personal YouTube channel. It's my personal YouTube channel attached to my personal Gmail. It's a 14-year-old channel with 90 subs. Okay. And now suddenly it starts cranking out an hour of long form every week consistently for 2 years. And then we had Kurt Metzger on. And then that was like a giant linchpin because people who were fans of Kurt came and they were like, yo, this guy is funny. I'm going to sub. I like this guy. And then that got more eyes on people. At that point, we had 102 episodes recorded already. We already had 2 years worth of weeks recorded. So then people go all the way back to the beginning. And now that's a thing. Now it's like a show that they're binging. Now they're binging the podcast, everything across the board. All the views are going up across the board. So you already had like a plethora of content just sitting in amber online, just a fossilized content just sitting there. Nobody's watching it. And then I think with the way that my podcast has found success is through the art of the collaboration and finding people who artistically and comedically align with me, bro. And that like has really helped out. I've never had a guest because I thought that it would help my channel. I always had a guest because I thought it would help the people watching. It would be like entertainment. Is it art for the sake of art? Creating for the sake of creation. Granted, I am doing like retarded impressions and riffing and making Doug from fucking Nickelodeon's Doug, like making Doug gay, Mr. Dink. Like, oh yeah, dude, cartoon and then make it gay. Or like, yeah, it's like literally, yeah, I'm just riffing and doing impressions. But I'm also like writing my stand-up on a podcast. I'm like trying to find voices and characters that I could do in my stand-up act. And it's like, bro, that's mad fun. People like that. While I'm also doing what I'm doing with you right now. Sometimes I'll have a solo episode where I go, here's a story about when I lived in Japan as a kid. And I'm thinking about that. Or if I'm bummed, I cannot be. The ADHD does not allow me to lie. I can't lie. Because I'll just look uncomfortable. You can tell when I'm lying because I'm fucking like, you know what I'm saying? I can't be myself because I have something I want to talk about. I need to fucking let this shit out because it's eating in my fucking brain. So if I'm fucking sad, I'm sad. We're doing a solo episode and I'm gonna talk about gratitude and I'm gonna tell you some sad stories that are so sad that they're funny. I've had a lot of episodes like that. And people text me. Dude, people email me and be like, that shit was, yo, thank you for being vulnerable. Like, I identify with that. I had something similar like that happen to me. I'm also half Asian. I also have a fucking disabled younger brother that took a lot of my parents' attention. Like, dude, getting shit like that and being like, yo, your niche is not so niche when you put yourself out there on the internet because people will find it. Bro, we did Taylor bought me Beyblades. My best friend, my producer, Taylor, he bought me Beyblades for Christmas 2 years ago, bro. And one of the viewers like got really interested in Beyblades, put on a Beyblade tournament in Minneapolis, and they put it on their neighborhood's Facebook group chat. Like 5 families showed up, and then a kid won the tournament, and the parents DM'd him and was like, that was like, he can't stop talking about it. He's ecstatic. So my podcast inadvertently like made magic for some little kid in Minneapolis. You know what I'm saying? My childhood trauma and my fan base, the fan base that I've gathered by talking about my childhood trauma and shit like that and being a lonely kid and shit. Dude, I'm healing somebody else miles away from me. When I got that email and was like, yo, do you understand the gravity of like what we're doing? And it is like, I don't want to sound like pretentious or douchey. I'm like, dude, that is cool. I like stuff like that. That wholesome stuff.
I mean, dude, that's the beauty of the internet. That's when you're talking about like it's the easiest way to make money in the world, but also like nobody feels like they can make money. It's like if you can unlock the internet, if you can just break through a little bit of the algorithms and they allow you to find, you know, your niche, your audience, your people, like so much magic can happen.
Magic does happen once you find your audience. And a lot of people don't like this. I've watched podcasts and you can tell that there's like, oh, okay, so this is Viacom, or this is owned by like FCC regulated agencies that are trying to get into this market.
Yeah.
And they find like 6 Disney kids and they give them microphones and all right, here's the script. You guys are all really close friends. And it's like, this is not like, I see
dude,
podcasts pop up like that. I was on a
call today with this like podcast that's quite large. And they were like trying to basically like pilfer me for brands, I guess. I don't know what the deal was exactly. It was kind of confusing. But like at one point they're like, yeah, basically what we figured out is like you know, we do people get more views. We do those over and over and over again. And then it's like, now we only have to do 51 podcasts. We know every year this person gets another guest. And it's like, oh, now we only have to do 48. We found 4 more people we can do every single year that'll get a certain amount of views. And it was just like that logic to me. It was so sad.
Like this like Mondo Burger approach to podcasting. We'll inject it with hormones and then we'll use these metrics to like, yo, what if you just like put yourself online and put yourself out there and be your authentic self?
But just made a good burger, bro.
Yeah, why don't you just make a good hamburger that people like, and it's like a community, and it's like, whoa, why don't you build community?
Yeah.
And have like a yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. I realized like a lot of it is unlocking the power of community and people that just people want that, man. There's no community. The internet feels like you're supposed to connect with people, but it's also being used as like this marketing tool that feels very two-dimensional and like it doesn't feel tangible. So it's like, yo, I want to make something that feels like you can hold it. Like you come see me live. You know what I mean? If I build my audience through my podcast, these people are going to love me, and I'm going to be in an environment stand-up wise. I do my best on stage as a comedian when I know that the room likes me and I can feel like I can put my guard down and be vulnerable, because I suck at that. Again, like I can't hide how I feel. The ADHD doesn't allow me to lie. So it's like, you got to be professional, do your set or whatever. But it's like, yeah, I'm going to do that, but it's not going to feel good, because I've gotten to that point where comedy, stand-up wise, I've been there long enough. If I don't like the audience, I'm still going to tell the jokes like I fucking like them. But man, the riffing, the bits, the writing on stage, that really comes out when everyone's kind of like, yo, wait, watch him. Let him fucking, you know what I mean?
Dude, I'm fucking ecstatic for when you can sell out a theater and it's only your audience.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, what's going to happen then?
2-hour meet and greets.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen. We're going to be in venues are going to hate me because we're just outside.
Beyblading, smoking cigs. Like,
yeah. I'm going to go, all right, guys, I fly out on Monday.
Is there another beer?
I fly out on Monday, but we're all going to Six Flags tomorrow before I go.
Yeah.
And I pull up to Six Flags with 60 fans, and we all just like get drunk and ride roller coasters and stuff and be kids.
Yeah.
Like that's what I want. Like that's what I want. Like, oh shit, when I come to town, I want to fucking hang out, or I'm like
the Six Flag Beyblade package for your VIP package.
Not even. Yeah, not even. Like it's like, no, you went to the show. Let's all go. Yeah. Here, I'm putting it online. This is where I'll be.
Yeah.
And we can all walk in we can do a Skank walk into Six Flags. We can do a Skank Fest walk into Six Flags or whatever.
What's a Skank Fest walk?
It's like the first day of Skank Fest. Everyone who's going to the festival walks with the Legion of Skanks podcast to the venue.
Oh, sick.
So it's like everyone at this comedy festival is like 7,000 people walking down Bourbon Street together.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was in New Orleans. It was like a shit ton of people all walking. And people are smoking weed, and this year they had a fucking New Orleans marching band. So they're like walking to the fucking venue with a marching band and all the fans of the podcast. They're some of the best people, man. I love the Legion of Skanks, the Skankfest fan base. They're good people.
It's pretty sick to see what they've built. Like it rules.
That's why I understand like community. When I started going to Skankfest, I was like, oh, this is what it's about. You have to build a community. If you build community, like, yeah, everybody has fans. But if you build a community for those fans, you will have ride or die, almost like family member like fans.
Yeah, it's the gathering, bro.
It's the gathering. Like why are the Juggalos? Why is ICP so successful? Yeah, the music. Say what you will about the music, but they found their audience. They made them feel like they were comfortable and at home and with like-minded people. And there's a place where they can all gather and be together. And put poop dollars on the floor.
Yeah. Just for the ones who don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. And chicks will fart in your face and fucking
pink eye abounds.
Yeah. Spray cheap soda all over you. Like, yeah.
What's their soda? Like
Fago.
Yeah.
Fago is fuego, dude.
Yeah.
I love that shit. I love Fago. I'm definitely Juggalo adjacent. I say that.
Yeah. Dude, I really liked their music in like 7th and 8th grade. Like I thought it was fire. The Magnet song is what really turned me off. Yeah, that was the one where I was like, oh damn, this is different.
Oh damn, these guys are actually kind of retarded.
It felt too poppy too. It was like, oh, they've gone mainstream with this song.
Oh, they're going mainstream with the science music.
Yeah. Well, I think so much like people talk about like parasocial relationships all the time, like the creator to the audience. And you know, I think this is where, like, not to get super political, but this is where I think Trump has really dropped the ball in a specific way, is that it felt like the people who he got elected, he's forgotten about at some level, or sorry, the people who got him elected. And I think about that a lot with people who have one-way audiences. Like, this is a microphone versus a community. And I think people with Skankfest, like, they can bat so much above their numbers in a lot of ways because it's, you know, they treat the relationship with the audience as if they deserve to be there.
Mm-hmm.
You're not just like this thing I'm monetizing. You're actually like, you're the thing that allows me to live and create this content and enjoy. And I want to give that back to you. Like, people talk a lot of shit about Bert, but I mean, he kind of does the same thing where he does the 2 hours after a meet and greet. Like, he sits there with his fucking fans. And I think there's something really special about that in order to build community. And too many people are thinking about this microphone as just like a one way. I don't give a fuck about you. Thank you for your $1.
Yeah, I do think we make the wrong people famous a lot of the time. Like, a lot of people like in a rap meet and greets, and it's just like, dude is too cool to. It's just here, just get your clout picture with me next. And I felt so weird about that because I was like, there's no, like, I want to support you and I like you as a person and I think you're a great artist. But then it was just like, next. And it felt so weird to me.
And podcasting is fucking crazy about that because this person has listened to you. Like, if they go back, listen to your entire back catalog for like 3,000 hours, 10,000 hours, like, they are an expert in you.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, if it's an hour, it's 100 hours. You've listened to me talk for 100 hours. And if you're a Patreon of mine, you've listened to me for 200 hours. And if you've listened to my Patreons and my guests, and then you're 250 hours, you've listened to me for 250 hours.
Yeah.
Like,
that's crazy.
That's nuts.
They spent more time with you than they did their best friend that year, probably.
Yeah. And if it's like, they make the joke like podcast is friend simulator or whatever. It's like, dude, I would do that. I don't mind it.
I do that all the time.
I like listening to podcasts and just being in the room and just listen. It's like an immersive thing. It's like, bro, humans were supposed to gather in groups and speak. That was like campfire talk. We always gather. We don't really have that. And I think like a lot of successful podcasts create that like campfire
100%.
Gather around and let's just talk. And if my podcast is basically built around buddies riffing and joking around and just like boys talk, the boys talking, you know what I mean? That's good. I want it to feel like when I was a kid and I was with my friends. We had a fucking dude. Last time I was in the tatami room, this is crazy. I was in a house in Okinawa, Japan, in the jungle. It was 2006. I was in a jungle. The house it's a brutalist home built into the woods.
That's so sick. That's like my dream. Russian brutalism means like Zen Japanese shit.
Yes, it's
That's
like
my absolute
a
dream.
Zen Japanese house with tatami rooms.
Yeah.
But the exterior is sharp edged concrete
that fucking
brutalist
is
homes.
my absolute dream aesthetic.
We had to park in a gravel lot at the bottom of the hill, and we had to crawl through the jungle on steps of bamboo to get to this house. And then it looks like a fucking A24 Ex Machina house in the middle of in the middle of the Okinawan jungle. And then you go into the house and you get on the patio, and it's a giant concrete patio with like a balcony, giant concrete balcony, and a built-in table like this made out of concrete with chairs and shit. And it was my friend's parents' friend's house, and I was having a sleepover with my friend, and we were all invited to go to this retreat. Basically, I walk up to a table of adults sipping 80-year-old wine, wearing turtlenecks, laughing, and I go, "Do you guys have any TVs here?" And I will never, dude. I was just a fat 13-year-old kid with an Audio Shoes T-shirt on. Like, can we watch TV?
This is boring.
Yeah. And this guy looks over to me, and he's fucking Armani fucking dress shoes on, and he's all very slim, salt and pepper hair and beard, glasses, and he goes, "Do you think I built this house in the middle of the jungle, facing the ocean, to watch television?"
I wanted to hate him, but I actually love him.
And then I was like,
totally agree with that.
As a kid, I was like, "Yo, this guy's a fucking asshole."
Yeah.
But as an adult, now that with all this overstimulating everything, buy this, sell this, check this out, come here, try the new. Bro, give me a fucking concrete house in the middle of the jungle that faces the ocean, and I can watch blue water crash onto a white sand beach. Brother, that's serenity. This guy is winning life.
Yeah.
And then we went to the tatami rooms and we watched, we had a portable DVD player, and we watched In Living Color. On our bellies like this, gathered around, watching Jim Carrey win the hearts of black people.
Yeah.
That was the last time I was in a tatami room.
That was the last time?
That was the last
I'm
time
glad
I
we
was in
brought
the
you back,
tatami room.
bro.
You brought me back to a
Let's go.
tatami room. And I just
When there's not cameras and stuff set up, I just like lay on the ground. I have an Indo board too. We just like cruise on that. It's super fun.
Yeah, when I buy a house, I'm gonna a tatami room is one of my goals. Like an actual like the subfloor. Like when I'm a rich motherfucker, dude, I'm gonna hire a Japanese carpenter to come to my house and design and fucking the subflooring, all that shit, hand chiseled fucking joists and joints and everything's solid.
Hell yeah.
I'm sub to a bunch of Japanese carpenters on Instagram. I love that shit, bro. That's that tism though. That's the autism, bro.
Dude, I love the when they burn the like outside wooding to make that like kind of alligator skin, like it's so sick.
Yeah.
That was like my original vision was like, what if we just get that black wood in everywhere here? And it was like, oh, that's gonna be $70,000. I was like, all right, nah.
The fucking
redo.
Yes, I need the Japanese petrified bamboo.
Yeah.
Petrified bamboo planks. Yeah, it's about it's about $4,000 a square foot.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, okay, maybe that back wall. And I was like, no. My designer's like, that's crazy. I'm like, okay, that's fair.
I love it.
There's a place in Austin that does do that though. It's actually 3 blocks down from here.
Really?
Yeah. And they do a really good job. And so they have stuff that's like the throwaway version.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, maybe I can scrap together enough of this. And they're like, no, this job is not enough for that. That's like for like a little backsplash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like this fucking studio though, man. I was thoroughly impressed when I saw visuals of it. I was like, I want to go do that podcast because I just want to be in here with you and fucking just absorb this energy. Because it's like a very safe and like clean place, and I feel like I can kind of just tell you the stuff that I'm thinking about. I really have to try to be funny. It's kind of more of just like let's come in here and fucking explain just the way I see shit. And I don't know, dude. I fucking love it. I think it's great because I wanted to build some nice shit. And I'm in the process now. We're starting small, but it's like once I get the funding, dude, I want to build like I want my shit to look like a Stanley Kubrick set, like a Stanley Kubrick like podcast studio. That's just like a silly place.
Yeah,
I want like a plastic wall with a curved edge.
Hell yeah, dude. You might get some echo, but
yeah. I want the milk Moloko bar from Clockwork Orange.
That would be so sick.
I want the milk bar from Clockwork Orange, or the airport from Space Odyssey or some shit.
I cannot get Caroline into Kubrick because I had a friend over like smoking and watching Clockwork Orange, and Caroline walked into the room 3 times. Every time was a rape scene. She's like, the fuck are you guys doing? And I'm like, I swear there's other things going on in this film sometimes.
Apparently there's an X-rated version of Clockwork Orange I've never seen. I've only seen the R-rated version.
Yeah.
And I was like, Jesus. Yeah, she walks in. It's the scene where they're smashing the giant penis statue on the old lady's head.
Yeah. Dude, she was literally like, what the fuck is this film?
I love it when they steal the race car too. They're like
so good.
They're like 9 deep in a fucking Lambo.
Yeah.
Going 200 in the back roads of London. Like, that's so fucking funny, dude.
I've never seen Eyes Wide Shut before, and I feel like I would absolutely love it. But
it was his last movie.
Yeah.
It was his last movie because he was exposing the Hollywood PDFs. And then he just, how did he even die? We don't even have, JJ, are you Googling? How did Stanley Kubrick even die? Like, I feel like he just disappeared.
My dad went to one of his premieres and got to sit with him and watch a movie. And I was like, that's the sickest thing ever. My dad's like, it was fine. I'm like, you're crazy. My dad has like no appreciation for that shit though.
Heart attack. Just days after showing Eyes Wide Shut.
That can be injected into.
And I'm telling you, heart attack is like one of their favorite ways to do that kind of shit. They love that because it's easy to simulate, and it's you can blame it on natural causes, but yeah, it can be injected. You can slip it in somebody's shit. Like they could have been at the premiere and they could have put some stuff in there and it put them in cardiac arrest, and you could just sip it and boom. They assassinate people like that all the time.
Yeah. What would Kurt say?
Huh?
What would Kurt say?
Kurt would be like, "Oh no, I've seen it. Oh, I went to the set. I saw the moon landing set. It was cool. They had straps. So I jumped around. I did the moonwalk. Yeah, it's real. You can go."
I do think it's so like one of the with any of the like back in the 90s, like in the early 2000s, like pre-debunking shit with the internet, when people would be like, we couldn't even, it would have been harder to make that fake than it would have been to do it real. And
absolutely
it's like,
not.
Yeah, you're talking about the moon landing. Are you fucking crazy? It's harder to go to the moon than to make a fucking movie.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. I've been on more fake moon rooms than I've been to the moon. Okay?
Yeah.
I've been to so many museums with a fake moon room. And I'm like, yo, Yeah, and they got the padded walls, and it's super quiet. So when you talk, it feels like you're like, you know what I mean. The sound gets absorbed into the acoustic fabric walls, and you can hear your footsteps. You're like, yeah, dude, pretty convincing to me, dude. They poured sand on the ground on like fiberglass moon craters, and I'm like, yeah, we're on the moon. Dude, we're literally on the fucking moon right now.
I was telling my dad, I was like, how could they, like, it's so crazy they did it on 9/11. Like, this is such like intentional thing. And my dad's argument against that was like, Sky, they have a different calendar than us. And I was like, bitch, you don't think they had access to a calendar that was a Western calendar? You don't think they knew what day it was and what the fucking it is to call the police?
They love those times a year too, because Charlie Kirk September 10th.
Oh shit.
Renee Good January 7th. They love that time of year. Like a little like breadcrumb, like it's close enough to where you're like, no, but it couldn't be the exact day.
Yeah.
But we want to leave a breadcrumb that it is close. Like they want to be caught. Like whatever they're doing, they do it in a way where it's kind of easy to be caught. That like you might be psyoped. You might be getting psychologically engineered to believe something. They want it to be that way because if it's easier to find out and people still believe it, then it's a barometer of like pattern recognition and intelligence. And you don't really want a highly intelligent, problem-solving, critical thinking mass. You want cavables. You want cavables. You want French bulldogs. You want electric cars that take 30 minutes to charge. Sorry. You want they want you to buy a house for $4.5 million and there's a homeless guy in the front yard jerking off. That's what they want. They build it. And I know it's true. Like, dude, it kills me because it's like anybody who has like critical thinking and pattern recognition could solve most of the problems in the country and understand what the exploit is. I can understand what the gain is, the game. I understand the game. I understand the exploit because I see the pattern. It's like, what dictates the value of property? Water, like, is it waterfront, location based? How's the crime in the area? Now, if you create those, a lot of those metrics are controllable. You can control whether if you build something on the water, you can control whether if you build something in an area with high crime, it's like, or high homeless population. Now, if you start fixing crime and you start fixing homeless, we built an entire housing market based on if the area is nice and safe.
You need a bad area to make the good area good.
So it's like there's like 2 blocks down the road, the house is $400K for the shit area. At $400K,
school.
Yeah, to live in a shit area with a bad school. Like, what's the walkability score? What's the Zillow metrics? So yeah, they can create all that shit. But the core basis of the problem is stuff that we've ignored for long periods of time that have just extrapolated and gotten worse. And all you needed to do was nip something in the bud, like homelessness and mental health care. If you put money in mental health care and putting money in rehabilitating the homeless early on, like before there were so fucking many of them, we would have had more affordable homes.
It's funny though, because like the same conversation was happening in, the 60s and 70s, but it was the opposite. It's like we put all the fucking people into these mental institutions and then we just like experiment on them. And then Reagan's like, oh, I guess I'll save a fuck ton of money if I just get rid of this. And the culture is like, well, this is bad. So I don't know. I will say like some of the winks that were really obvious to me was during COVID, we allowed TikTok to come in, which is like an enemy of ours, creating a social media within our own country, which is fucking crazy.
We let a foreign agency create a surveillance platform on our citizens when they were all locked on our children when we were forced to stay in our homes.
Yeah.
So there's data and metrics on like, all right, so they can stay, we can keep them in their house. Like, let's see, like what areas of the country are more willing to do this.
Yeah.
And that's
Cities.
like your metropolitan areas,
Yeah.
your fucking, your Seattle, your New York, your fucking Rhode Island, all of those fucking Northeast and
weirdly
Northwest.
Indianapolis too.
Yep. Like major metropolitan areas will fucking abide to the, well, how does that area vote? And then it's all okay. So typically these people with this political affiliation are more, it's so funny. It's like people left leaning are supposed to be like rebellious liberals, but they are actually the more compliant and docile of the country, as opposed to people on the right who are more like the government cannot control me. I want freedom. I want, you know what I mean? It's yeah, you're right. It's like what's crazy is the anti-Israel propaganda on TikTok and Israel's acquisition of TikTok. Yes. You cannot put the juice box logo on TikTok anymore because it's an anti-Semitic. It's become an anti-Semitic emoji. It's a fucking symbol of anti-Semitism because juice box, Jews and juice. It's nuts. It's fucking as soon as Israel bought TikTok, they banned the juice emoji. It's fucking
the conspiracy that I've been most obsessed with, and I think it's gotten me in a tad bit of trouble, but
be careful.
Is basically, do you know what happened on January 6th, 2021?
Mm-mm.
So in like the wee hours of our morning, 1,000 PRC army members moved onto Hong Kong and arrested 70 sitting either literal legislators, the government, opposition government, protesters, and some Americans, like 2 to 3 Americans. That happened on January 6th, the same day, and none of the big news organizations, it's not even in their top 10 when you look at it. And basically what happened was Hong Kong was going through all these protests, 2018, 2019, going into 2020. China used COVID as an opportunity to lock down the protests, and they're going to have an election where nobody could communicate externally. It was super fucking lockdown. Like we never experienced lockdown. Like the closest thing is probably New York, but we never really experienced a lockdown like that. New York City was pretty close, but it was nowhere near what it was in China or in Hong Kong. So the Democratic faction of the Hong Kongese government decided to hold a special election, a primary, and people voted in the primary. And that's why they went to jail. And we went over, they went over and they arrested all of the fucking people who were opposition to this. They sent 1,000 military agents in, arrested all of them, all the people who were doing the riots in the streets, and like Hong Kong was going through this fucking moment.
I saw the footage. Remember? Of it when they were putting bricks in the street.
That was before. That was like pre-COVID.
Yes.
That's what, like, because it was like, they're like basically what they thought. I forget the Chinese word for it, but basically they're like, if we're going to burn, we need to light this fire so big the U.S. will pay attention to it. That was literally the organizers of the protest's goal. It was called like Mian Ka. I forget the exact wording, so don't quote me on that. And Mian means noodle, so it's definitely not that. But if you want to go to my podcast on January 6th, it's there. And so they fucking went in and arrested all the people who participated in this primary, arrested to make sure that Hong Kong during the next election would vote completely in the favor of the Chinese government. What that did is it got rid of so basically the agreement between the British and Hong Kong was that they would have 50 years under British rule, 50 years under Hong Kong rule. Mm-hmm. And they built their own identity and their own culture and their own existence. And the youth had been raised on this idea that we could exist, and they had crazy economics. Like it was very beneficial. And then the Chinese government came in and arrested it. And that all happened on January 6th. And nobody fucking talked about it in the West. Nobody knew about it in the West. Nobody paid attention to it because we had the January 6th here.
And visually, I mean, it was an attention grabber. That guy with the buffalo hat was on the front cover of everything. Like, we need a guy in a wacky outfit with big muscles and like scary looking guy. And everyone's going, oh, what the hell's going on? What is this?
What is this? And all the mainstream media, all they focused on was this and not that.
Mm-hmm.
And who pays for advertising within the mainstream media? Like, who owns a huge portion of Disney? What does Disney own? Like all the fucking media outlets.
Mm-hmm.
It was fucking crazy. Nobody has talked about it. It still has gotten no coverage to this day. And that all happened on January 6th.
There's like moments of when there are like canon events happening where people need to have their attention on it. They're really good at creating a parallel thing to pull your attention away. Like with the Maduro shit, Venezuela, they kind of snuck this in. They have microwave technology.
Yeah, you read the shit about the people on the ground being like, holy shit, I've never experienced like an attack like this ever.
Yeah, so the weapon, like if you wanted to overthrow the government, if you guys had plans of doing that, just pack it up. This thing is, it's in the final season of Stranger Things, they turn on this thing that makes Eleven go crazy.
Yeah.
And it makes her nose bleed. She can't use her powers. It's essentially that, but with microwaves attached to a Black Hawk helicopter. And you can it literally heats the water in your skull. The water in between your skull and your brain boils. and it brown notes you, like from South Park where they play the brown note, you will shit yourself and you throw up and you start going into like cardiac arrest and you start having a seizure. It literally is like it's a soft kill. They call it soft killing, where it's like there's no blood. They're not shooting you. They're not stabbing you. They're just microwaving you. They're using light radiation. It was like, oh, we don't need to drop bombs on people and ruin, and environmentally that's too messy. We can now dial the fucking amount of radiation that we put, and we can make you shit yourself and throw up blood. So if the government ever decides to use that on us or anyone you literally could not do anything. You'd have to, I can't explain what you'd have to do. This isn't on the paywall, but bro, there are people on this earth who have put all their energy into making sure that the most disgusting, horrible things can be reality. Every fucking year, they're fucking figuring out some new technology that makes shit worse. Nobody asked for microwave guns. I've been asking for just like a house. Like I just want to go back to 1990s propaganda indoctrination. Like keep me in the fucking matrix of 1999. I just want that version of America.
Wife and a house and a dog.
Yeah, give me a fucking give me a Firebird and a 2-car garage, dude. Like I want to why the fuck, dude? We had it so good, brother. And it's like, yeah, we got all this new stuff and that stuff's great too, but at what cost? Microwave guns. Like you can have a little toaster bring you a chicken quesadilla. Like a little robot with hard eyes named Greg. A sentient cooler with wheels will bring you food. But also, if you try to stand up against the government, they could send a robot. They could send a Boston Dynamics dog with a microwave dish on it to fucking fry your brain.
Yeah. Yo, let's actually go to the paywall so we can have more fun. That's true.
Yeah.
You brought that up earlier. So thank you guys so much for listening so far. Check out Michael's shit. Radio Ridley, anywhere else?
Guys, you can follow me at Ridley Sweaty on Instagram. Check out my YouTube channel, Michael Ridley Comedy on YouTube. My podcast is there, Radio Ridley Radio. If you ever want to visit Austin, Texas and come see me live, I host Austin, Texas's Roast Battle League. I run the chapter of Roast Battle in Austin, and that's every second and fourth Friday. You can see me live, and Roast Battle is a shit ton of fun. Also, if you are in Austin, and it's not a Friday, the second and fourth Friday, every Sunday at Creek in the Cave, 10 p.m., there's Banana Phone. It's a heckle show. Comedians do a minute on stage, and the audience gets to yell things out. It's a really good time. But other than that, that's all I got.
Yeah, I want to get into Banana Phone. So if you want to learn more, go to the fucking skmp.supercast.com. Thank you guys so much for your attention thus far.
Thank you.